Have you ever felt completely drained, as if a narcissist has stripped you of your confidence and left you questioning yourself? Their words cut deep, and their actions pull you into a web of manipulation, leaving you stuck in a cycle of fear and doubt. But what if I told you there's a way to stop them in their tracks? Today, I'll reveal powerful, game-changing phrases that will not only shatter their control, but ensure they never dare to mess with you again. It's time to reclaim your strength, break free, and take back control of your life. Let's get started. You don't need anyone's approval to be enough. Narcissists thrive on control, drawing energy from your need for validation. They craft their approval into a magic elixir, conditioning you to depend on it as though your worth depends on their acceptance. Through biting criticism or calculated indifference, they trap you in a web of self-doubt, making you question your value. But as the Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us, no person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have. Your worth is not something that can be granted or taken away by someone else. It is innate, unshakable, and entirely yours. The simple phrase, "one don't need your approval," is a bold statement of independence. It's a reminder to yourself and a declaration to the world that your self-worth does not hinge on external opinions. It's like a beacon of light cutting through the fog of manipulation, awakening your strength to stand tall in your own truth. When you no longer seek approval from a narcissist, you rob them of their power. This shift terrifies them because their control depends entirely on your need for validation. By breaking free, you reclaim your autonomy and remind yourself that no one has the right to define your value but you. Let "I don't need your approval" become your guiding mantra, a shield against manipulation and a sword to sever the chains of dependency. With this phrase, you step into your power, walking forward with confidence, dignity, and the freedom to live authentically on your own terms. That's not going to work on me. Are you ready to escape the grasp of a narcissist's manipulation without losing your calm or engaging in their toxic games? The phrase "that's not going to work on me" is your key to breaking free from their emotional traps and reclaiming control over your life. Narcissists, much like master illusionists, thrive on creating elaborate manipulations designed to confuse and dominate. They provoke reactions, drawing you into their carefully orchestrated chaos to maintain a sense of power. Their ultimate goal: to make you dance to their tune. But here's a reality they don't want you to realize. Their power crumbles when you stop playing along. As psychologist Viktor Frankl wrote in Man's Search for Meaning, between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. When a narcissist pushes your buttons, you have the power to pause, recognize the manipulation, and refuse to engage. By saying "that's not going to work on me," you assert your independence, disrupt their game, and reclaim your space of freedom. But make no mistake, narcissists won't take this lightly. They may double down, intensify their tactics, or even attempt to guilt-trip you into compliance. This is where resilience comes in. As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." This statement reminds us that emotional control lies within us. By refusing to let their words or actions dictate your feelings, you render their manipulative efforts powerless. So the next time a narcissist attempts to pull you into their web, stand firm. With a calm demeanor and unwavering confidence, say, "That's not going to work on me." This simple phrase serves as both a shield and a sword, protecting you from their influence while cutting through their illusions. You're not just rejecting their games, you're reclaiming your autonomy, your peace, and your power. Stay resolute, and no matter how fierce the storm, your inner strength will guide you toward a life free from their control. "Excuse me, who are you again?" A seemingly harmless question, yet it can become a razor-sharp tool when dealing with a narcissist who is deliberately trying to provoke you. Picture this: you look at them with mild curiosity, slightly tilt your head, and calmly ask, "Excuse me, who are you again?" The combination of your calm tone, detached expression, and the subtle challenge in those words acts like an icy gust of wind against their inflated ego. It delivers an unspoken message: you don't matter to me. To amplify the effect, you can accompany the question with understated gestures, turning away as if distracted, briefly glancing at your phone, or inspecting your nails as if the narcissist isn't even worth your full attention. These subtle cues reinforce the idea that they hold no power over you. That said, this approach is best reserved for interactions with strangers or acquaintances whose opinions carry little weight in your life. In closer or more volatile relationships, using this tactic might escalate the situation, provoking more aggression or manipulative behavior. No matter how you choose to respond, remember that your ultimate goal is self-preservation. Stay composed, exude quiet confidence, and refuse to let their words penetrate your emotional armor. Even if you're grappling with inner turmoil, present an exterior of calm, as though their attempts to rattle you have fallen flat. This deliberate display of self-assurance isn't just a defensive move, it's a subtle but powerful way of asserting your boundaries and reclaiming control in a psychological game they thought they could win. Well, that's just your opinion. A phrase so simple, yet it carries an understated power that can disarm even the most manipulative narcissist. It's more than just a polite dismissal, it's a quiet acknowledgement that you see through their games and refuse to play along. When a narcissist wields their words like daggers to belittle you or undermine your confidence, this phrase acts as an invisible shield. It deflects their verbal assaults while subtly stripping their insults of any power. By calmly saying, "Well, that's just your opinion," you communicate that their negative remarks don't define you. Instead of being dragged into an exhausting back and forth, you remain centered, calm, composed, and unshaken. The narcissist will find their tactics rendered ineffective as you refuse to feed into the drama. This phrase also serves to isolate their perspective, making it clear that their negative views are theirs alone, a monologue that no longer holds sway over you. At its core, "Well, that's just your opinion," is a profound statement of self-worth. It reinforces the belief that you deserve respect and that no one has the right to diminish you. It's a reminder to yourself and others that your value isn't up for debate. This simple yet powerful response also promotes healthy boundaries. It helps you communicate effectively, navigate toxic dynamics, and foster an environment rooted in mutual respect and understanding. With this phrase, you take a stand not with aggression, but with quiet confidence and unwavering self-assurance. This conversation is over. In the midst of a narcissist's manipulative storm, when their words pierce your mind like daggers, it's crucial to remember this: you have every right to protect your peace. This conversation is over is a simple yet profoundly empowering statement that allows you to break free from their toxic hold and reclaim control of the situation. Narcissists thrive on control and chaos, often dragging you into endless drama-fueled exchanges. From charming persuasion to sharp criticism, they deploy every tactic to confuse, destabilize, and assert dominance over you. But here's the truth: you are not their pawn. When you feel yourself being drawn into their web of psychological games, firmly and calmly state, "This conversation is over." This phrase is your escape hatch, your ticket out of their manipulative maze and back to a place of mental clarity and emotional safety. It's more than just ending a discussion, it's a declaration of your boundaries. It sends a clear message: you refuse to be controlled or manipulated. By walking away on your terms, you assert your autonomy and show the narcissist that their attempts to dominate you are futile. Leaving decisively deprives them of the energy and attention they crave. Without an audience for their toxic theatrics or a victim to manipulate, their power diminishes. By choosing to disengage, you reclaim not only the conversation but also your sense of self-respect and control over your life. Let "this conversation is over" be your anchor in turbulent moments, a simple, effective way to protect your peace, establish your boundaries, and leave toxicity behind. Your feelings are not my responsibility. This concise yet powerful phrase is a declaration of emotional freedom, cutting through the chains of guilt and manipulation that narcissists often try to impose. It's a bold reminder that every individual is responsible for their own emotions, a truth that a narcissist finds hard to accept. As the philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre once said, "Man is condemned to be free because once thrown into the world, he is responsible for everything he does." Narcissists, with their fragile yet inflated egos, frequently deflect responsibility for their feelings onto others. Through flattery, guilt-tripping, or twisting reality, they attempt to make you the scapegoat for their inner chaos. Their aim isn't just to dodge accountability, but to manipulate and control, casting you as the savior of their emotional drama. But you are not an emotional atlas destined to carry the weight of someone else's world. By confidently stating, "Your feelings are not my responsibility," you set a firm boundary that reinforces your autonomy. Their emotions belong to them, only they have the power and obligation to manage them. You are neither at fault for their struggles nor in charge of their resolution. This phrase is not just a rebuttal, it's a reclaiming of your right to protect your peace. It liberates you from the exhausting cycle of emotional entanglement and reaffirms that your inner stability is yours to guard. By refusing to play the role they've written for you in their drama, you take a decisive step toward freeing yourself from their manipulative games. You assert that your well-being is not negotiable and that their attempts to guilt or control you will no longer succeed. Remember, your emotional world is your own to navigate. Stand firm in your truth, and don't let anyone, especially a narcissist, strip you of the freedom to live authentically and peacefully. I respect your opinion, but I don't share it. This phrase strikes a perfect balance between asserting your position and neutralizing the narcissist's attempts to dominate the conversation. It establishes a clear boundary, signaling that while you acknowledge their perspective, you remain steadfast in your own views, refusing to be swayed by their subjective narrative. The addition of "but I don't share it" might seem simple, but it carries a subtle, disarming power. It's like a calm wave eroding the foundation of their argument, soft yet unyielding. To a narcissist who thrives on control and validation, this phrase can be unsettling. It communicates, "I recognize your game, but I refuse to play along." When they try to belittle, manipulate, or criticize, your response gently deflects their efforts, leaving them momentarily off balance. It's as if you've erected an invisible barrier that renders their tactics ineffective. At the same time, this statement quietly reinforces your inner resilience. Your words cannot harm me, and your opinion does not define my worth. The subtle elegance of this phrase also works as a clever redirection. It gives the narcissist the illusion that their words have been acknowledged, all the while keeping you firmly in control of your emotions. This false sense of triumph can lead them to let their guard down, providing you with an advantage to navigate the situation more strategically. That said, timing, tone, and delivery are key to its effectiveness. A calm demeanor and a composed tone convey confidence without veering into confrontation or aggression. Used with finesse, this phrase becomes a powerful tool to protect your boundaries, maintain your composure, and shift the dynamic in your favor. Remember, "I respect your opinion, but I don't share it" is more than just a response. It's a quiet declaration of your independence and an affirmation of your inner strength. It tells the narcissist without words that their attempts to control you are futile and that you are and will remain in control of yourself. I choose peace over drama. This simple yet impactful phrase is like a quiet revolution. It shifts the focus from the narcissist's chaos to your own inner peace. It's a clear message that you prioritize harmony and self-respect above their toxic games, and you refuse to be pulled into their web of manipulation. Narcissists thrive on creating drama and provoking emotional reactions. They seek to entangle you in endless conflicts, feeding off your frustration and attention. But when you calmly state, I choose peace over drama, you make it abundantly clear that their tactics will no longer work on you. This phrase is both a boundary and a reminder to them and to yourself that your well-being is non-negotiable. It tells the narcissist that you're no longer willing to participate in their toxic narrative. Instead, you're choosing a path of calm and clarity, free from their influence. By disengaging in this way, you leave them powerless. Without your energy to fuel their manipulation, their control begins to crumble. More importantly, you reaffirm your commitment to protecting your emotional health and staying true to yourself. Let I choose peace over drama guide you in moments of conflict. It's a gentle yet firm declaration of your values, ensuring that you stay grounded and empowered, no matter how much chaos a narcissist tries to create. You certainly have all the answers, don't you? At first glance, this might sound like flattery, but when directed at a narcissist, it's a subtle, strategic remark designed to expose their inflated sense of self-importance. Narcissists, often enthralled by their own sense of superiority, revel in being perceived as the ultimate authority on everything. They endlessly lecture, pass judgment, and assert their perceived intellectual dominance. However, when delivered with a light, conversational tone, you certainly have all the answers, don't you? Serves as a small but effective pin to puncture their overblown ego. This seemingly innocuous comment plants a seed of doubt. Do I truly know everything? Or is this an illusion I've built for myself? It gently challenges their self-perception without escalating into overt confrontation. The beauty of this phrase lies in its ability to subtly devalue their endless stream of opinions and judgments. When someone always claims to have an answer, whether it's accurate or not, their words begin to lose weight, transforming into mere noise. Over time, people may stop listening or taking them seriously, leaving the narcissist grasping for the validation they so desperately seek. You certainly have all the answers, don't you? Also creates a quiet but clear boundary between you and the narcissist. It communicates that their performance doesn't impress you and that you're not seeking their approval or falling for their facade. This lack of validation can be unsettling for a narcissist, as their grandiose self-image begins to feel ignored or questioned. Used skillfully, this phrase lets you disengage without overt resistance, allowing you to maintain your emotional composure while subtly shifting the power dynamic in your favor. It's a reminder to yourself and to the narcissist that their words don't hold the control or significance they believe they do. I won't take responsibility for what's not mine. This phrase is a firm yet graceful way of drawing the line between your responsibilities and the emotional baggage a narcissist tries to offload onto you. It sends a clear message: you are accountable for your actions and emotions, but not for theirs. Narcissists often manipulate others by making them feel responsible for their mistakes, failures, or emotional turmoil. They twist situations to make you feel guilty, forcing you to carry burdens that don't belong to you. But when you say, "I won't take responsibility for what's not mine," you immediately take back control. This statement is more than just a refusal, it's a declaration of self-awareness and boundary setting. It tells the narcissist that you see through their attempts to shift blame or manipulate, and you won't play along. It also liberates you from the exhausting cycle of guilt and emotional labor that they try to impose. At its core, this phrase is a testament to your self-respect and emotional maturity. It empowers you to focus on your own well-being while leaving the narcissist to face the consequences of their actions. By standing your ground and calmly asserting this boundary, you protect your peace, maintain your autonomy, and remind both yourself and the narcissist that their manipulative tactics will no longer work on you. In conclusion, we've uncovered powerful verbal tools to effectively navigate interactions with narcissists. Remember, you have the strength and ability to protect yourself from their manipulative tactics. These phrases are more than words, they're your shield and sword, helping you set boundaries, affirm your self-worth, and take back control of your life. Always hold on to this truth: you deserve happiness, peace, and respect. Never let anyone, narcissists included, take that away from you. By practicing and applying these phrases with intention and confidence, you'll empower yourself to create a healthier, more balanced environment. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Wishing you resilience, self-assurance, and the freedom to live life on your terms.